Well, hello, my fellow Sagittarians. Sagittarius, this is Joe with Divine Daily, and I'm going to do a general reading for mid-March to about the beginning of April here. This is a general reading. And a couple quick notes. Let's see, first, I do read cards that jump out. And I generally don't read reversals in a general reading like this. Additionally, you might be curious as to how do you know if this is for you, and the answer to that is simple. You'll know it's for you. It won't be something that you have to make fit, and you'll feel something. So those are pretty much the few things I gotta say to start off. When I was doing a pre-shuffle and just doing some clearing and thinking, we did get the Page of Pentacles that just flew right out. And Sagittarius, this to me, when I read cards and do readings, specifically one-on-one, this is a bit different doing it by video where potentially many people could see it. I read them intuitively first, and whatever comes through, and then the face value will get applied to that afterwards. But the first thing I do is what is it that intuitively I'm feeling, thinking, hearing. And so the first card that we got was the Page of Pentacles, and the very first thing that came to mind was that some of you may be doing, be involved in some type of higher learning, career advancement, schooling, classes, coursework. You may be doing something to further benefit yourself, and you may be kind of in the beginning stages of that. But we're going to pull past, present, future, and then we're going to use some other cards to clarify what comes out. So we'll see what this Page of Pentacles is about, and if that's indeed where this goes. So the first card out, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, this would be indicating some past, recent past, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Some of you may be putting away with some old ideas, maybe some old belief systems that you've had in place. Could be religious beliefs that you're questioning, spirituality, those types of things. We have the Knight of Wands, and this is a card that's about movement, to me in this reading, taking some type of step forward, and it could be any given situation. Like I said, we will find out more about that. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So, okay, so I think I'm on target here with the advancing yourself with some type of learning, some type of career advancement, schooling, coursework. Some of you might be learning some kind of alternative types of some type of alternative stuff like Reiki, crystal healing, could also be acupuncture, massage therapy. So that's kind of the first feeling I get. And then the Four of Swords, like I said, gives me the impression that maybe there are some old ways of thinking, some belief systems that maybe you are reevaluating and taking a second look at, maybe considering, opening up to possibility of other things. But let's see what this Four of Swords brings out. We have the Eight of Cups. So yeah, so walking away from something that probably does not continue to serve your evolving beliefs, something, walking away from some set of ideals, I believe. And we got the Four of Wands. So this is an expression of freedom and like coming out of feeling bound and tied to something, with this Four of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and then the Four of Wands. That's represents to me the feeling of having some freedom and some room to make your own choices and decisions about what you believe. This could be, going against the grain of people around you who have tried to, over the years, influence your spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, and you may be really just stepping out of the box that you've been expected to live in. And look at that. We have the Two of Cups. So stepping out of that box, out of that place that really didn't seem to bring you a whole lot of just satisfaction internally. The Two of Cups could represent a spiritual union. It could also represent, we only have the Two of Cups, but it could also represent some type of love, a love for something, perhaps your path that you are chasing down. This represents your love for it. The current situation is the Knight of Wands, and that would be moving forward, following your path. And we have the Eight of Wands, which means that this is something you're all in. You're going to definitely take this on and progress very quickly, and you will definitely be moving forward with this in a way that probably almost kind of pushes you. This is like a calling, perhaps to you, a calling, a spiritual calling, a higher calling, and it kind of feels like this is like being propelled, being pushed, not in a negative way, but having everything just line up to carry you forward. And then we have the Three of Cups. So this could be a release and a feeling of wholeness, completion. Three of Cups often about celebration, uniting and gathering. You may find yourself with a new crowd of people, some new people that you're associating with that are bringing you into the fold, so to speak. And I think that's probably what this is talking about, just being in a new place with new people who probably are like-minded and who probably share a lot of the same beliefs you do. Ten of Wands, this came out, and this is about carrying burdens with you. You might find that there are people from your past, maybe close to you, family or friends, that don't like what you're doing. They may find that what you're doing is, not traditional, isn't, the words I get are like voodoo, witchcraft kind of, they think that, whatever it is that you're pursuing is just so off the wall, and they may be applying a lot of pressure to you, and maybe making you feel as if what you're doing is just so against what everybody else around you believes. And we're going to pull one more for this because I want to know more about this. But this is the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is about this is reaching to me in this reading for your dream. And it's as if you can do this with ease, because whatever you're pursuing, you're going to be a natural at. It's going to come to you in a way that's very fluid, and it's not going to be something that you probably have to really work very hard toward, like some people. They have to put everything they can into learning something, and they're not just a natural at it, but this is something that just comes so very easily to you. And this also, to me, kind of these pentacles here kind of remind me of the chakras. And it may be that this is like lighting you up spiritually, and it's bringing you a feeling of good health emotionally, physically. And I think you'll find that you may be doing battle a little bit, not outwardly, but you might find that your internal dialogue is a little hard on yourself with this Ten of Wands, with whatever it is that you are carrying around with you that just feels heavy, and that's probably external outside influences that you probably need to try and override and put away. For the near future, the outcome of this, we have the Eight of Pentacles, and this is about your work. This is about learning, and this is about putting the hard work into it. But like I said, this is something that you are probably very natural at, and you'll find that this comes with such ease that you are able to really put a lot of attention into details that other people aren't able to quite see like you can. This is a very significant card in this. Then we have the Hermit. So there's a lot of internal knowing attached to what you're doing, and this is something that is just a part of you. It is a part of your calling, your higher purpose, and it's not something that you doubt or question. And again, I go back to the Four of Wands. There's this sense of freedom in pursuing this. We have, let's see, pull a couple more. We have the Ten of Cups. So this just really brings you down the road. Everything that you have hoped for, in a sense that you find the day-to-day work that you do is effortless. It brings you a lot of meaning and joy and fulfillment. There will be a lot of interpersonal relationships that come out of this. You'll truly feel like that your cups are indeed full, and what you determine to be of value to you may not necessarily be what is of value to a majority of the people in this material world. So your cups, to me, are a little bit different than what other people would hold as something of value. And this is like wellness, inner beauty, strength. This is helping others, caring for others. This is like a wisdom that goes back, could be many lifetimes. This is wisdom that is inherent. It's a seed that's been a part of you. And so this fulfillment is something that really shines through and brings you to a place where you are at your brightest and best with your work. And we have the Page of Swords. So with this comes an immense amount of wisdom and knowledge. And to me, this book that she's holding really represents some type of higher knowledge. This is maybe not any type of written text that you would find here. This could be representative of like a written text in the Akashic records. It could be just a spiritual blueprint that you have just ingrained in your DNA. And so there is something new coming out of this that you're going to share with people. It's going to bring a great benefit to people that you work with. It's going to bring them the ability to understand things differently in a clearer way, to overcome challenges, to overcome obstacles. This is going to help people heal and to do a lot of different things. This wisdom that you are pulling from you is probably a part of this Hermit card, where this is stuff that you just have like stored in a repository, and it's like a matter of unlocking it and just tapping into it. So this is a very cool reading, Sagittarius. So some of you are really just in some really cool alternative therapies, alternative healing, alternative forms of wellness, and I think that this reading will ring true for who it's meant for. For some of you, this could be a more traditional advancement in your learning. And what we're going to do here, though, see, I want to pull the bottom of the deck on this other deck here. So we have the Ten of Pentacles. So this is like an abundance of what you would consider meaningful to you. This isn't necessarily an abundance of money and fame and all that kind of stuff, but this is an abundance of health, knowledge, comfort. This is the whole package. You have the Ten of Cups and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So in this is like something that is destined, something that you have put a lot of manifesting type energy into, and it's really a signal that down the road you're going to find yourself realizing that the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles together is really going to create some magical energy. And then here we have the Two of Swords. So having to make some choices, maybe confronting some shadow aspects of yourself along the way, doubt, self-doubt, maybe some negative thought patterns. This could be negativity from others. May have to choose between the types of people that are in your path that may not understand what you're doing, and they may try to I get, for some of you, you might get some ridicule, you might get some type of just, I don't want to say harassment, but it may be uncomfortable for you in the beginning. Excuse that noise, it's my kitty door. It may be uncomfortable for you in the beginning. It may be a little bit difficult for you to explain to people what you're doing, and you might find that you have a hard time coping with this. Do you distance yourself from people? Do you keep quiet about what you're doing? Do you try to explain what you're doing? Are there people that are don't have your highest good in this? And so I think that there is, this isn't all sunshine and rainbows. It's any type of spiritual progress, especially when one's work is tied to that, isn't always an easy path. But for the most part, I think this is a beautiful reading. I think the middle of March going into April, you find yourself probably progressing rapidly. Like everything you need just starts to line up and make sense, and you're feeling a lot more comfortable about what you're going to pursue and what you plan on doing. So Sagittarius, that's what I have. This is mid-March to the beginning of April. If this fits with you, if it resonates, if it makes you feel something, if it describes a lot of what's going on with you, please do give me the courtesy of liking, sharing, subscribing, or commenting. I really appreciate feedback from people. And so that's it. You have a great rest of your day. Thank you.